CBT Nuggets, MicroNuggets, Juniper JNCIA tips, rescue, rollback, and commit. Oh my. I want to take a few minutes just to show you some of my favorite commands in Junos that'll quickly take you from novice to expert in no time. Very powerful commands that can save you a bunch of time and can get you out of a lot of trouble. One of my favorite things about Juniper. Let's check it out. Now, one of the first things I want to do when I get a basic configuration, my interfaces are set up, my zones, my dynamic routing, all that good stuff, I want a rescue configuration. That's going to be my known working configuration, or one that's a known state that I can roll back to at any time. Now, we're going to see I can roll back to different rollback versions, but you only have one rescue, and you can always roll back to that rescue. So we create that, by the way, by doing a run if you're in configuration mode, or if you're in operational mode, just say request. I'm going to do a request system configuration, and I want to do a rescue. There's a couple things we can do with this command. We can either save one or we can delete one. I want to save one, and this is going to make my known configuration. Now I can just simply do a rollback command with a question mark. I can see I've got 5 rollbacks, and here's my rescue. And so I can always just roll back to any of these, and you can see the date and timestamps on them and the user who created them. And then you can see a rescue here, only one rescue. Now, this is an SRX, which only has 5 rollbacks on this particular platform. But some of the other models, the other Juniper models, switches and routers, have up to 50 possible completions for their rollback. So you can have a lot of these. That's why the rescue is really good, because that's that one base configuration you can always get back to. Okay, now that being said, let's go and look at the commit model. Now the commit model actually comes from, and you Unix people out there have probably used this before, there's revision control systems out there, there's software version controls that have been around in Unix for a long time. So we know about that whole commit thing. Well, that's what we're going to be using here. Remember, this is based on BSD. So I can do a commit and a bunch of stuff here. Do a question mark. You can see commit and quit. If I do that right now, commit and quit is going to take me right back to the operational prompt. So if you want to make a change and then commit and quit, it'll make the change and then it will put you in the operational mode. So let's go back into configuration mode. Now, next to the rescue configuration, the next must-have is commit confirmed. So if I do that command and do a conf, commit confirmed allows me to say, okay, I want to kind of work in this mode where I'm going to roll back in a certain period of time. So I can do, do the voodoo that I do for 5 minutes, right? 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, and it will count down. And then finally, if I don't commit in that time, it will do an automatic rollback. So none of the changes that are part of my candidate configuration will be applied to the system. Now you can also, when you're doing that, by the way, I also like to recommend doing so for example, we're going to do 5 minutes, right? We'll do a comment along with it. So I can say, I'm going to comment and I'm going to say change the host name. How's that? Something like that. So once I hit that, it's going to start counting down every 5 minutes. I don't have 5 minutes. This MicroNugget's only 5 minutes. So if I change my mind and say, you know what, I really don't want to do that configuration mode, so I need to do run, but I would say, let's go ahead and clear that system commit. Okay? If I do that, now there's no commit scheduled. You can also, if you want to, you can say, I want to do a commit check. Commit check is a good thing to do before you actually commit something that says, look, is there anything in the syntax? Is there anything in my script? Is there anything that's going to have problems that I need to fix before I try to commit it, right? So it says, you know what, your configuration check succeeds. That's good. That's what you want to see. You can also do a commit at, and say, I want to commit at a certain period of time, like, a certain date and time. So do a question mark, and it says, what time do you want to activate your configuration changes? So I could put, 2012, 10/19, which is today's date, and then a time. I can do that as well. Also, what if I want to compare my existing configuration to one of my rollbacks? That's kind of cool. So let's go ahead and get out of that mode. Can I do show configuration here? Nope. So run show configuration. And let's do a pipe symbol, and let's pipe this command to the compare operator. I'm going to say, I'm going to compare this existing configuration to, let's say, rollback number 5. What does that look like? And it'll show me nothing. Okay, no changes there. Let's see if there's anything in 4, 3. Okay, there's a change. Okay, so before I ran this, there's a host name change. So this says, look, in rollback number 3, there was a host name change to CBTN1. So that's the difference. So if I wanted to roll back to this particular point in time, I could certainly do that. You can also see your rollbacks again any time just by doing that. You can also see the date and timestamp. If you want to roll back to your rescue configuration, just do rollback rescue, and it will do it. And then if you're ready to commit, you have to commit it, okay? Just do the commit command and boom, you're back to your rescue configuration. Rescue, rollback, and commit. Oh my. I'm Michael James Shannon, CBT Nuggets instructor, and I approve this message. Thank you for viewing.